Sure.
Okay. This is the Laverne Library Board, March 8th, 2021 board meeting at 5 p.m. I'll call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. The first order of business is to approve the minutes from the regular meeting held on November 9th, 2020. And I'll go ahead and make a motion. I did find a typo in here on page 3, which pretty much changes the meaning of the whole sentence. Chairman Jones stated, we have a discussion on decisions and issues, and I will not turn the meeting over to Donna Bebout. I think that's now. So I'll make a motion to approve the minutes once they've been corrected on the minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. First order of business is to nominate a chairman and a vice chairman for a one-year term for each of them.
Motion for Glenn Green as chairman.
Any seconds?
I'll second.
Do we need to do an individual vote?
Yes, sir.
Board member Cole?
Aye.
Alderman Waldron?
Aye.
Board member Sadler?
Aye.
Board member Steed?
Yes.
And I guess I vote, I'll vote aye. All right. Thank you all
Congratulations.
very much. We have the next order of business is to nominate a vice chairman for a one-year term. Motions? Anyone?
Well, I guess I'll nominate Dennis Waldron to be vice chair.
Is there a second? I'll second it. And Board member Cole?
Nay.
Alderman Waldron?
Aye.
No. Board member Sadler?
Aye.
And Board member Steed?
Aye.
And I'll vote aye. All right, next order of business is discussion of proposed 2021-2022 library budget. And Donna, I guess, do we want to turn that over to you to talk about that?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Good evening. Glad to have you all here tonight. The proposed budget that you have in front of you is one that Phyllis has gathered the numbers for this year. She and I have not had an opportunity to sit down and go over this budget. This is something that we do every year. We sit together, we go line by line. So she had just given me this copy, and there are a few lines that I would like to point out. And so we will go basically line by line. We're going to start with lines 111 through 143. That includes the wages, the hourly, the overtime, the salaried, the bonus, longevity, the FICA, health insurance and retirement, and also unemployment insurance, 147. Those numbers basically are produced according to the step raises that we receive each year. There is one position that is still in this for a salaried position. It was the assistant director. I have spoken with the mayor a little bit, but I have not had an opportunity to speak with Bruce or to Phyllis. What we would like to do perhaps is to take this one full-time salaried position, perhaps make it to 2 part-time if money allows, and then to take some money to do a step up for the Cataloger 1 position, because that Cataloger 1 position is right next to my office and does a lot of administrative assistant work. So this is what we're looking at. I feel like with the way our numbers are going right now, we don't need another full-time in at this time. I feel like 2 part-times, I'd be able to spread them out more. I would be able to put some more job descriptions on there, perhaps One would help out with programming, one perhaps with some circulation supervision. There's a lot of different things that we can do. So right now, this is pretty blurry until I speak to all of the powers that be. But I did want to throw that out and perhaps get some input of what you think.
Well, I think it's a good idea because, like you said, the numbers being down like that, you don't have, because of COVID, you don't have that huge influx and
Right.
stuff, and you're better off with an extra person during those. I mean, your hours are modified anyway.
Correct.
So, I think that makes perfect sense to me to make 2 positions on that. And then once things get back to normal, if you need, you can revisit it.
Right, we could come back to the board and see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to have help for you. Like, I know you've been working a lot of Saturdays.
And I appreciate that. Lorna has truly stepped up as the children's coordinator. That generally is your second in charge person. I've been very proud of her. She's done a great job. And again, the cataloger 1 position being right next to me, there's a lot of admin work with the invoices and things of this sort that position has also stepped up. And it's been very much appreciated. Any other concerns or questions or thoughts? Okay, we'll move on. I'm going to put my paper here so I can see exactly where I am. Okay, so we go to 148, Employee Education and Training. This is something that has not been used a lot in the past. We did a lot of in-house training. I'm going to be seeking outside help, some customer service, some how to handle patrons that are a little bit difficult to handle. Also, some more educational things, maybe some more cataloging classes, some more programming classes. So right now, it was 500. It's been dropped to 200. I'm going to ask for that to be brought back up to 500. And at any time, please feel free to stop me. I don't want to make this a long, drug-out thing. Okay, on postage, that pretty much is set. They see how much postage we use. We do not send out a lot of overdue notices anymore. It's done through email and text, which has been great. So our postage has dropped from 800 to 500. I feel very comfortable with that. Subscriptions to newspapers and periodicals. That looks a little deceiving. We did have 12,000. Of course, our print periodicals, we did not renew this year because of COVID. I am looking into the electronic magazines, but since we've gone to overdrive with Libby, we have received many, many magazines through there. So I'm going to take a good, strong look there. But this also is where our newspapers do come out of, which also gives us some electronic ways to see the newspapers. And this is where our e-audio and e-books are going to be coming from, since it's a subscription. So I think the 10,000 would be sufficient for that. Okay, if you look at memberships, registration fees, and tuition, I think this was just a oops. In the past, it's been 1,200. We've usually spent about 800 of it. She's got 10,000. We were going to do a lot of memberships and registrations there. So I feel that that can be dropped back down to 1,200. That was very sufficient to cover the ALA registrations that I'm a member of. Also, just some other registration fees, like when they go to the summer reading programs. What is that called, Glenn? Not summer reading programs.
Is it a seminar or a
conference.
conference? Yeah.
Yes, summer reading conference. Okay, moving on down. We have 241 electric. This is set by Phyllis. She knows what the electric bills are, and so she can see where she needs to go with that. 45,000 I think is sufficient. Water, 800, again, that's taken care of here. She knows how much we pay. Gas, 2,000, that has been sufficient unless prices really go up. We heat with gas, and our water heater is also gas. Okay, communication services, Comcast, it's gone from 3,200 to 1,600. Glenn, could you give us, I know that we did some changes there.
Yeah, that's, we changed over to TDS.
Yes.
For that, so it's a better price. I guess she just leaves that Comcast on there just to say it's like a data service or something like that, but, yeah, we did, most of our city buildings, we changed over to TDS, cause we got better speeds and better prices, on them, so, that's
Excellent.
probably why she did that.
And when I meet with her, we'll make those changes of TDS.
You could just have to have her put internet or data, that way it's the same regardless of who,
Okay,
yeah.
right. Okay, then we have other professional services, $300. This is if we have to call in, I'm not real sure because our bug guy is under maintenance services. Not real sure where that 300 comes from, so I'm gonna ask Phyllis about that. Looks like we have spent like 179 in 19 and 20, zero, right now until 21. Of course, now we have been closed quite a few days due to COVID and also snow. So I want to make sure that when I'm looking at this budget, I'm looking at it as we're doing a full year and that we're going to be here and be busy and get our numbers back up. Okay, the next line is 260. This is repair and maintenance service. That goes into our bug guys. Glenn, help me out. What are some other things? When we have to call in the doorman to fix our front door.
Fire system,
Yes, our
sprinkler testing, that sort of thing, I think.
backflow
Mm-hmm.
service, our updates for all of that. So, as you can see, in the past, we have spent $9,720 on that. So, this year's down lower, but I think $10,000 is sufficient. Repair and maintenance building, this is when the guys have to go out and buy things to repair inside the building. This would include, like, the other day, we had to fix the flusher on the urinal, and we put door stops down to make it easier when we clean and safer for our staff to have the doors propped open. Some painting, miscellaneous painting, our light bulbs that we buy, and we buy a lot of light bulbs for that library in all different sizes. So it's just your basic repair and maintenance. Okay, moving on down to office supplies and materials. Now, budgeted for this year was $11,900, and she has a budget for next year, $8,500. The $3,400 that was taken away from that was for patron computer chairs and staff chairs. I am still going to be purchasing those out of this fiscal year's budget. So $8,500 should be fine. I'll be able to purchase those chairs this fiscal budget. All right, small items of equipment. We had $4,500 this year. We're budgeted $2,500. This was for a new water fountain that we're going to put in. Again, I have enough money, and not I, the library has enough money that we will be able to purchase that water fountain before the end of this fiscal year. The water fountain is really nice. It is a lower design for children, and then the adult, and then it has a water bottle filling station, which I think is very important. And looks very easy to clean. It comes with a lot of great filters that we can change out to make sure we're getting the best quality water and things are staying clean. So that's going to be purchased. Okay, we have books. We have 50,000. That is very sufficient. In the past, we may not have quite hit that mark, but our catalogers are working very hard to get all those books in and different items so that we can get that taken care of. This also includes books for staff improvement. I get some of my management books through this book budget. It covers a lot. Audiobooks, we have 8,000. Now these are your actual CDs. People still love, even though we have the e-audios, they absolutely love coming in, some people do, and getting the CD version. So that's great. We have a cataloger who does that, and she does a wonderful job. All right, same way with our videotapes, and we no longer have videotapes, we have DVDs. So let me change that. Get up with the 21st century here. 4,500, I feel that is very sufficient. That works well. Okay, next page, and we're almost finished. Records, microfilm, microfiche, we do not order those anytime now, so there is a 0 there. I am looking into having what we do have on file digital typed. Help me out. Say that word.
Digitized?
Digitalized?
Digitized.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have them go digital. So I will be asking for some money, but we could probably pull that money from our operating supplies. Okay, so compact disc. This is our music CDs, and we still have a lot of music CDs that go out. So we put about $1,000 in that. Here's our operating supplies, 10,000. This includes all of our book processing materials. Anything that we need to make our day-to-day operational activities continue on. Does that make sense? Okay, and we're usually pretty close to that each year. Food, there's 500 there. This is when we have in-service and we purchase like a dinner for the staff or different programs that we have. We will use this food line item to get some different foods. We also pull some foods out of our programming item. So mostly this is for staff or for special events like our anniversary of the library, things of this sort. Janitorial supplies, 2,200. We did pretty well on that. Of course, with the COVID-19, we were able to take a lot of the money and push toward that for any of our sanitizers, our gloves, the disposable mask, cleaning supplies. We were able to put that under the COVID-19 grant, and that was really good. This includes like our toilet paper, our paper towels, the toilet bowl cleaner, things of this sort, mops. Okay, COVID-19, it looks like our actual expense up to now was $4,969. We had, of course, bought quite a bit of sanitizer, a lot of all the products that we need to clean. She's budgeting $1,000 for that. I feel comfortable with that. Machinery and equipment rental, 12,000. This is, our copiers are under this, correct, Glenn?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Okay, so our leasing of our copiers and our printers are under this line item. Okay, programs, 20,000. And in the past, we have been budgeted 21,500. Back in 17 and 18 and 18 and 19, we spent quite a bit more, 29,600 and 26,000. Of course, we are not having any in-house programming, but we are continuing to do programming by doing take and make crafts, and also just several things that our patrons can come in to get to take. This also includes our summer reading. We will be doing a lot of our summer reading virtually. We will have a few outside events where we can social distance. But the 20,000 is really a good number. We're very thankful for that. We look at other libraries and, you know, we are extremely thankful that we are supported the way we are. Okay, building. I believe this was our roof. Okay, and of course we will not get that this year because we have a brand new roof. Machinery and rental, machinery and equipment, 21,000. That also went into the different projects that were done where we had to get a scissor lift and different items of equipment like that. And that brings our total library right now as is, without taking away from that 10,000, and with all of the numbers that I just said, just forget those. But right now, with the numbers that Phyllis have, it's 739,296. Okay, any questions? And once Phyllis and I get together, I know that we're not meeting until May, but I will be very happy to send the new revised one to you all to let you look over. If you have any questions, please individually reach out to me and we can meet and go over them, because I like that you all are so involved and many heads have better ideas. We can think through things. Any questions or
So
comments?
at the next meeting in May, we'll be voting to send a recommendation.
Right. I am hoping that we would be able to do that before they start. I know sometimes they push it a little bit ahead, but if we can, if they're going to be doing it like in June, then we would be able to meet together in May and do a recommendation of sending either a favorable or unfavorable recommendation to the BOMA.
Okay.
Any
All right.
other questions?
My only question is, there's a big difference between the actual expense and what's to be completed for especially the books and, you know, the things that we're purchasing for the library. Or do we plan to get all of those purchased and not have any extra?
I am planning on really working hard this next month. Yes,
Just that we get fresh stuff in. Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Any other questions or comments?
And when is the printer contract up? I mean, how many printers do we have and copiers? It just seems like it's growing and growing. Is that normal?
We rent currently 1, 2, 3, 4. One is the self-copier with a scanner in the children's department. Then we have a printer back in admin, which all the office staff uses. We have a printer by reference. That's a black and white printer. And then we have a printer in the computer lab, which is a color and black and white printer. And I want to say that it's like 900. Lynn, am I wrong?
I think there's something other than just those that come out of that line item. I think there's other
Okay.
things we'll need to check because
I will check on
generally
that.
the printer leases are around $100 a month, I think.
Okay,
And I get $4,800 for all those when I add all that up for a year. So there has got to be something else that's coming out of that line.
okay. I will check on that. Make sure that I check on that and see.
Yeah, that
And then
that's
we
too much
have,
for printers. That doesn't make sense, yeah. But
we have 3 small printers that we do not lease. And those Glenn and I take care of.
Mhm.
But the majority of this, it seems like it's administration or, library use. A lot of it's not just for the patrons.
Oh, no, right,
Right.
right. The self-copier has really come in handy because of the scanning. And that self-copier, we make a little money on because it's 10 cents a copy, and that helps. And I'm so sorry, I'm looking right over it. Could you tell me the line number of that?
533, sorry.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna write this down. I'll be happy to check on that and then get back to you.
Okay.
Any other questions? And again, if you get home and you think of something with the budget, feel free to reach out. And then after I talk with Phyllis and we revise it, I'll send it back out, and then we can go from there.
Okay, I guess we'll go on to the next item. Well, let's see. Did you want to say anything about the capital projects?
I do, just
Okay.
very quickly. The 2 capital items that going to be requesting at a planning retreat, which is Thursday and Friday and Saturday this week. The library presents Thursday night at 7:30. The inside painting, most of all of the rooms in the library we would like to have painted. Some of them have not been painted in the 15 years that the library's been around, and some of them were painted like 8 years ago, and it had like a 1 coat on it. So at the presentation, I have some pictures that I'm going to be showing. We had a gentleman from CertaPro come to try to give us a guesstimation or an estimation, and I should be getting that back tomorrow. So we'll see, but we have all of the outside painted, looking so good. And so we feel like if we go ahead and take care of the inside, we should be good for another 8 to 15 years. Another thing, carpet squares for the Storytime floor. When we had the water damage, we took up the old rolled carpet and we put down carpet squares. That has been wonderful. If we get a really bad stain or a stain that we really don't want to have down there, we can get that carpet square up. We had bought 2 extra cases and put another carpet square down, and you can't even tell. During the COVID, when we were only doing curbside, we had carpet cleaners in. Well, we had the actual carpet cleaner, and the staff cleaned the carpets, and really looks good. They did a great job, and the carpet held up. I wasn't sure how the squares were going to hold up, but they did great. So Lorna has wanted to remove the blue carpet in the children's storytime area. There's just a portion of the storytime room that's carpeted. The other part is tile. We're going to keep that tile for their crafts and when they eat snacks. But the carpeted area has some stains that no matter what we try to do, we cannot get up. It also has some runs going in. And when a child is sitting there listening to a story, of course, the first thing they're going to do is find a little string that's on the floor. They're going to pull it up, and you can go rip, and there it goes across the room. So I had someone in today, and they're going to be giving us an estimate, hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday. So I will have that ready on Thursday night. So those are just the two main things. I know the inside painting is going to be a big estimate. We are very fine with, if we are not able to do all of the rooms, then we will pick and choose what rooms would be the best for the appearance of the library, and we'll do those, and then maybe next fiscal year, we could get a little bit more money.
Are you gonna take it up onto the stage too, or is it just gonna?
Yes.
Oh,
Now, the carpet squares, the person who came today said that he did not recommend carpet squares on the stage and the steps, because
Yeah.
he said that it would be very difficult to bend it, even if we put like the cap around it.
Mm-hmm.
He said it just wouldn't work. So we could get a really high-quality carpet, a rolled carpet, to do the stage and the steps
Yeah,
that coordinates with the carpet squares.
yeah, yeah.
And Lorna would like to keep the same type of carpet squares that we have in the rest of the building, because they're so colorful, and it would go really well in the story time
Mm-hmm. I
room.
think so, yeah. All right, has anybody got any questions on the capital items that Donna's gonna request? All right, we'll go on to current events and activities.
We are currently about to finish up our winter reading challenge. Again, it has been very popular. It has really produced a lot of people coming in to check out. And when you check out a book or a CD or a DVD, you get an entry. You get to put it in the box. There's no signing up or anything, very easy peasy. And then once a month, or about every 3.5 to 4 weeks, we draw out 4 names, and they receive a $25 gift card to Walmart here in Laverne. So it keeps the money here in Laverne. They're very excited. Tammy heard a family going out the other night. They had 6 children. All 6 children had 30 books each, and they were so excited, and they said, "We've got to read these before the 19th because that's the last drawing." So they were really excited about getting those entries in. So after our winter reading ends on March the 19th, we have another reading program. I'll just go ahead and talk about that. We're going to start on April the 5th. It's going to be our spring Fling reading program, very similar to what we're doing, and that will take us through May until we get into our summer reading program. Seems like if we have things like this going on, it brings people in, because it's always fun to participate. Another thing that I did not have under the current events, if you will look at this paper, you may have read the article about the Rutherford County COVID-19 Rental Relief Program. The Laverne Library is going to partner with many, many other agencies in Rutherford County. I had to write a paragraph of what we could offer to the people who are wanting to participate in this program. And basically, it's here. The Laverne Public Library will be available for scanning documents from the self-copier printer scanner to the participants' USB. And then our patron computers will be available for participants to apply online and or upload documents. Computer guest passes will be available for non-library users with a photo ID. The library patron computers can be used during normal operating hours, but shut down 15 minutes before closing. And due to social distancing procedures implemented in the library, there are a limited number of computers available. Masks are required by the City of Laverne until further notice. And then they wanted to know our location, they wanted a link, and Glenn, is that the best link?
Yeah, that works, uh-huh.
It's okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then they wanted our hours of operation. So I sent this to them, and they will put this on the Rutherford County webpage. And so we will be listed as one of the agencies that they can come to, and we can help them with the rental relief program, which I think is so needed at this time.
Mm-hmm.
any questions?
Okay, I guess we'll go to the upcoming events.
Yes, the Easter egg drive-through. You know, we had a Santa drive-through. Santa and Mrs. Claus were inside of a snow globe, and people would drive by and be able to take pictures. Well, we're going to have an Easter egg drive-through, and we are partnering, the library is, with the Laverne's Park and Recreation Department. They are the ones who are sponsoring it, and we're just being partners. This is going to be Saturday, March 27th, from 10 to 11:30. It will be at Veterans Memorial Park. People can drive through in their car, stop at the Parks and Rec tent, and get a bag of Easter goodies. I think the Easter Bunny may be there waving. Then they'll drive on around, and from what I've heard, I think the police department and fire department is also going to be participating. They'll get some goodies from them. Then they'll drive on around and they'll see the library tent, and we will be able to give them some goodies. And in those goodies, we're also going to have details about our summer reading program and about the importance of reading during the summer and getting those skills back up. So looking forward to that. I appreciate Laverne Parks and Recreation letting us partner. Then, of course, our spring fling reading program we talked about. And then our summer reading 2021, the theme this year is, now here goes my southern accent, Tales and Tales. Kind of hard to say. It's going to take place from June 5th through July 17th. We also are going to have a drive-through summer reading program kickoff. They will be driving by and picking up all information of how to sign up for the summer reading program and getting goodies and getting a list of all the activities that we'll be doing and also all of the crafts that they can pick up. And we're still fleshing all of that out to make sure that we have a lot of fun stuff since we're not going to be having the entertainers this year in-house. And that, of course, is June 5th is the kickoff from 10 to 1.
Right, anybody got any questions, comments on that? Okay, the next library board meeting is going to be Monday, May 10th, at 5 o'clock.
Oh, correct, yes.
Right, okay.
Yes, sorry.
And do you have anything else that you
I'm
need to
good.
add? Okay, I guess we'll go to comments. Board Member Cole.
I just want to encourage all the parents to get out there and go to your library, check out books, read to your kids. Rutherford County Schools has already put out information about summer reading, and use the library as a resource.
Good.
Board Member Steed.
What Bridget said, get the kids reading.
Yes. Board Member Sadler.
I don't have anything to add. Reading is fundamental.
Alderman Waldron.
Just excited to be on this board of
Okay.
15 years on the Mayor and Alderman board. All the boards I've sat on and chaired and vice chaired on. It's the first time I've been on the library board, and I'm excited about it. Donna, you've always done a great job, and you keep doing that, and I appreciate it. I mean, it's great over there, and I think the library shows your hard work over it. It's a wonderful place.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I'll agree 100% with what Bridget said. I think I just read a story the other day about how the reading levels have just totally decreased during all this. So, yeah, anything we can do to get them reading again and learning, I think is great. So,
Exactly.
yeah. All right, if there's nothing else, we'll call this adjourned.